Hello mate and welcome back to another episode. It's been a minute, hasn't it? It's been a good few weeks. There's a couple of reasons for that which I am going to touch on, but let's address the elephant in the room. This is what happens, mate, when you get your missus very involved in watching UFC. She thinks she's like Alex Pereira. She thinks she can do the fucking blamos. That's what happens, mate. No, I absolutely nailed myself on a moving treadmill literally last night. Completed my fastest ever test session and went on the treadmill to cool down. Completely forgot that I left it running and I nailed myself. It was a good one, mate. Split the eye open, almost took my eye out, gave myself a right bruised face. The worst part is this little cut here, and I've got a burn mark on the inside of my knee, so any sort of extension or flexion of the knee, it hurts, so we're going to rest up today. It was meant to be a bit of an easy aerobic run with some sprint work in there, but I'm going to rest today. That's probably the smart thing to do. But the leave of absence, is that how you say it? I've not posted in a while. I've not posted since the failed sub-70 attempt in Stockholm, which, although I am disappointed in my performance, I'm more disappointed of how I conducted myself during that performance. In all honesty, I've always been someone who doesn't really have any quit in them. I've never quit anything. I've always finished it, regardless of how bad I actually feel. I always finish things. I almost DNF'd that race because I genuinely felt horrific. But the missus gave myself a good talking to, and I cracked on, and I still ran a PR, 30 seconds quicker than what it was in Oslo. The reason I'm a bit disappointed with the result is, again, as I've just said, how I conducted myself, but also I am fitter than a 1:13 something. I am fitter than that. Would I have been in position to then run a sub-70 after the mixed doubles success that me and the wife had? Who knows? Who knows? I didn't run it, so it's all just ifs, buts and maybes at the end of the day. But the reason for a bit of an unplanned YouTube break is looking through the last couple of mini series that I've done on YouTube. It's just heavily dominated by training. Not that that's a massive negative, but I'm never going to be an elite athlete. I'm never going to be a world champion caliber athlete. There's a lot more in my life than just training for events, and I want to document that. I got into YouTube longer form content so that you can all see a more behind the scenes look into coaching, the coaching success, building the brand, life as a married man and the world's greatest dog dad. There's a lot more layers to my life than just training. Of course, training is a massive thing it's a massive part of my life, and it's something that I massively value. So there's of course going to be a lot of training content on the YouTube channel. Of course there is, but I think you're missing a lot of me actually building a brand, me building a business rather than it being me just being a coach. I'm now in the position where I'm really building a business, and I want to take you along for that journey as well, because again, I've never ran a business, I've never grown a business. Last year was the biggest kind of growth year that I've ever had as a coach, a business owner, whatever you want to title me, and that was cool. That was really cool. It was also the biggest successful year from a result standpoint that I've ever had as a coach, and I've been coaching for 13-14 years now. The caliber and the frequency of results that was delivered last year was fucking amazing. It really was. It was a big breakthrough year for me, and I didn't really share a lot of that. I didn't jump on camera and talk about the massive client wins that we've had, or the growth in the business that we've had, or what I'm doing to push the brand awareness out there and things like that. I want this YouTube channel to be about that. I want you to get a better understanding of, you know, how I manage so many high quality athletes, how I grow the business, how I navigate, you know, home life with a high training load plus a lot of work hours and things like that as well, because I think that's hugely valuable, you know. And again, it's just part of my life. It really is. So that's what this direction, this is where we're going with the direction of the longer form content now. So yeah, I'm essentially saying that this is pretty much like episode 1 of, you know, life as a business owner, a husband, old athlete, if you want to call me that, I don't know. But yeah, there's a couple of cool things that are really, really happening inside the brand just now. Some really high profile results coming in again, which is always exciting. And I want to talk about that with you more on this channel. So that's what I'm going to do, mate. So I do apologise. I know you've probably missed me. It's been a good few weeks now. But yeah, I'm still going to be chasing that sub 70. I've still got a couple of competitions lined up for the season. That is still the ultimate goal, is chasing that sub 70, because I generally do think it's a realistic goal for me to chase. Even with everything else that's going on just now, I still think it's well within my capabilities of doing that. And the race that I'll be doing that in is Warsaw in 10 weeks' time, I believe that is. So that's cool. But yeah, we've got a couple of really, really cool things coming up. So buckle in, mate. Buckle in, because this is going to be fucking cool. Anyway, I'm about to go grab some food, chill with the missus for a bit, and then I've got a fuckload of work to get done. So yeah, see you in a bit. Tell you what, mate, there's nothing better than relating to the athletes that you work with. Just had a call there with one of my newer athletes, and his reason to set big challenges, do these massive endurance events and really test himself, his reason to do it, which, just out of respect, I'm not going to share, it's just fucking phenomenal. It really is. It really is. It's cool that you've got people, or I work with people who, it's not all about the medals, the podiums, the collecting flags, the competing at the highest level. That's fucking cool. It really is cool, and it'll never not be cool. But having a deeper reason why, in terms of family, internal thoughts, proving to yourself that you are capable of doing things, all these things, the real intrinsic reasons, it's fucking inspiring, mate. It really is. Really inspiring. That was a cool call. This is something I do with all my athletes, is we jump on these check-in calls and we just unpack training, we unpack the phases of training, we unpack any sort of struggles, any sort of lingering questions or whatnot that I've not answered throughout the week over WhatsApp. Just having a really good touch point with every athlete that I work with is just cool. It really is. But anyway, I'm going to stick you down because it's dinner time now. Work is almost done for the day. I've got another call later on this evening with a potential new athlete, which I'm very excited about. So yeah, I'll probably pick you up in the next day or two. Depending on how I'm feeling tomorrow, there might be some training tomorrow, but I'm not too sure. I'm still pretty banged up from my fall. So I might need to rest again tomorrow, because we've got a big session on Sunday that I will 100% be doing. So yeah, the next clip you see might be me training. Wait. Break. Yo, right, it's now Saturday, late morning, just out walking the little nugget. The missus is, from time to time she get asked to help out at the local cafe, so she's doing a shift there today, so it's just me in the little nugget. So I'm, cubby cup, car coming, pause. Sit. Sit. Look at how well behaved she is. Wait. Wait. Free. It's the ultimate flex. The ultimate flex. Dog walking on the road doesn't need leaded. Fully in control. It's brilliant. It really is brilliant. Anyway, as I was saying, so it's just me and a Nugget today. So Saturdays and Sundays are typically like slower days for me, unless there's a lot of athletes competing. There's 3 out in Bilbao this weekend, and then there's a handful in Turkey next week. So a quieter competition week for the team. We've got Natalie and Rachel racing pro doubles. The goal there will be, of course, a podium. And we're a real shot, we think, of taking the overall win, which will be class. And then we've got Shawnee racing in the pro solo. Again, similar to Rachel and Natalie, the goal will be 100% the podium. But again, in with a real shot of taking the overall. So they're racing in a good few hours. So my job, or my schedule today is, of course, walking the little Nugget. I did walk on this road to see how productive a 60-ish minute run would be, to see how icy or slippy the actual road is. It doesn't look too bad, to be fair. I will just keep it like nice and easy. Zone 1, Zone 2, keep it nice and chilled. I'm still a bit banged up from nailing myself on a treadmill, so I am going to take it a bit easy, but I wouldn't be annoyed if I had to kind of rest, but I think I can get out and get some sort of some miles in the legs, because I didn't train yesterday and I don't like not training, to be fair. But other than that, it's a big programme adjustment day today, just getting everyone geared up and ready for big week next week. And then hopefully I'll have time to watch some Six Nations this afternoon while I wait on Nat, Rachel and Shawnee's results coming in. But other than that, mate, it's a pretty chilled day. Session done. 11 Ks. I don't know if you can see that. Put it in front of my face. 11 Ks done. 62.21. 5.38 per K average. Heart rate. Average 125, max 139. Proper aerobic training, that. Job done, mate. Job done. Time to, I keep scratching my face and forgetting it's a bit swollen. Time to shower, get some food, check on how the legends are getting on in Bilbao, results wise, and hopefully I can get some Six Nations on. Yeah, that would be nice chilled afternoon while I eat food, pet the dog, hopefully watch rugby, and work on the sofa. Tomorrow we've got a bit of a test session, so I'll most likely see you tomorrow. that session there was a bit of a test session. We had, let me just get it up. We had our runs I want to hold at a kind of mid-threshold pace. Just because I was carrying a lot of fatigue going into that session. Body's feeling a little bit beat up, so I was like, right, normally on a treadmill, a mid-threshold effort or pace would be like 4 minutes a kilometre. So I was like, let's just hold that and let's just see where that ends up in terms of like intensity and effort. It was definitely above mid-threshold. It was closer to higher end threshold. But anyway, the session was a mile effort, 45-second rest, which with the layout of the gym, like I didn't actually rest. I just ran downstairs because the ski, the row and stuff like that are all downstairs. Treadmills are upstairs, track is upstairs, wobbles are downstairs. So there was a lot of going up and downstairs. But then there was 3 rounds of 500 metre ski, 40 metre burpee broad jumps, 25 metre sled push at 110% of pro weight. I just loaded it. Total weight would have been 230 on the actual sled, or including the sled. And then it was a 1,000 metre run at, again, mid to high threshold. 3 rounds of that. No rest, you just rotate them. It was what it was. It was just a really tough session. Really tough session today. I managed them all fine, but just the power output on the sleds, I didn't have that in my legs today. But nonetheless, we got the volume in. After those 3 rounds, we done a 1,000 metre row, which again, I think I clocked in at like 4:02 or something, including obviously getting set up, getting strapped in and whatnot. So kind of happy with that. Heart rate allowed me to come back into kind of mid zone 3, which is good. And then the second circuit was meant to be 50 metre walking lunges, 500 metre run, 33 wall balls. The aim was to make them unbroken, which I did do that. 400 metre row, 500 metre run at threshold. I pulled the lunges out. I tried to do it, but because of the burn on the inside of my knee, and my knees are just feeling a bit beat up. They really are. I just pulled them. I was like, it's not worth doing it. So I just done run, wall ball, run, row, repeated that. And managed the wall balls unbroken, which is good. The reason for 33 wall balls is if we can do 30 to 33 wall balls inside a minute, we're looking at a 3 to 4 minute wall ball station there, which I was managing 33 in like 104 to 106, which again I'm happy with considering how fatigued I was going into the session. Pretty happy with that. And then we just finished 4K on the bike. So yeah, tough day at the office, mate. Really tough day at the office, but nonetheless, work was done. Results from this weekend of racing from the team. Bloody impressive. Really impressive. Kate wasn't racing, but has just PR'd her 5K. She's actually in a marathon block right now, so I don't know where the speed's coming from, but it's cool. Rio had a 5K, an official 5K. He went from his original PR time was 18:30. He just went 17:48, which is brilliant. And then in Bilbao, HYROX, Shawnee got 3rd overall and 2nd in age. A 1:07:12, so her fastest time to date, which is class. And then Natalie and Rachel, they went sub-hour. They got 3rd overall, 2nd in age. They already qualified for World Champs in Birmingham with the 60 that they got. And then Shawnee already qualified in her opening race of the season with the 1:07:17 she hit. So it was just good for them to get back out racing and to get on the podium. Natalie and Rachel in Birmingham just missed out on the podium. They finished 4th. So it was good for them to get on the podium this time. And obviously going sub 60 is fucking huge. That's the second race. That's the second time they've ever raced together. So for them to be going sub 60 is frightening. It really is. So yeah, it's going to be a big season for them. It's going to be a big season for Shorty as well. So yeah, it's been a really successful weekend of racing, mate. It really has. I'm proud of the team. Really proud of the team. There's a few changes happening inside the brand as well, which is quite cool. We're just looking at increasing the level of support and service quality to every single athlete that I work with. So that's why we've started hiring in specialists in their area. So we've now got an in-house physio and biomechanics coach in Dion, which is phenomenal. He's going to work with me with the kind of rehab, prehab, whatever you want to call it, programming side of things. He's not going to take over the actual performance side of things. He's just going to make sure that any athlete that he's had like a video assessment on, he's going to help build out the kind of rehab plans and stuff like that. So that's class. We've got specialists in that area, and then we've got a sleep and recovery coach in Chester who's come on board. We're just looking at really maximising athletes' sleep quality, sleep hygiene, improving that, and making sure that we are recovering as best as we possibly can, as optimally as we possibly can. And that starts with sleep, of course. So it's fucking exciting, mate. It really is exciting. The brand is growing, the team is growing, the roster is growing, which is fucking phenomenal. It really, really is. Last year, was all about making a big statement in terms of showcasing the quality of athletes that we get, the quality of results that we get, the frequency of the results that we get, and we managed to do that. We really made a statement last year, but this year we're going bigger and better than ever. It's going to be the biggest year for the Performance Academy, and I can't wait for it. I'm so driven to make this brand one of the best performance coaching brands fucking out there. And that all starts with service quality, athlete satisfaction, athlete results. That's what it is all about. Coaching will always be a results-driven business. Will always be a results-driven business. And I take that very, very serious. I do my absolute best to provide the best service possible that allows my athletes to then be the athlete and perform and progress. So yeah, mate, we're in a really, really sweet spot. But anyway, that in mind, I've got some programming to get done. It's Sunday evening, and then I'm cooking steak tonight, so you might see some clips of cooking with coach segment in this video. But other than that, mate, I'm going to crack on and get a bit of work done while the missus has been the world's best dog mum and walking the dog for the second time today because I've been stuck at my laptop. Anyway, you'll see me in the kitchen cooking up a storm. Cooking with Coach episode. It's a good side of cow, that. You want a steak knife for you, pup?
We'll need salt on top of that though, because that is a salt.
Is it? Okay. Better sound in the world than this. It's like food porn, that. This is what Cassandra always, this is what she always does. She wants me to cook more often and then meddles, and it makes me not want to cook. Don't you fucking turn that camera away from me, you fucker. And then taste test on camera.
Perfect.
Yeah. Nailed it. Absolutely smashed it. I'm not very good in the kitchen, but I can grill. Oh, that's fucking perfect, that is.
Go to the kitchen.
Wow. Smash that. You're not getting any, pub. Smash that. Anyway, mate, I think I'm going to wrap this video up here. As I said at the beginning, slightly new direction with the long form content on YouTube. Showing more behind the scenes, showing more of the behind the scenes of the business, a little bit more lifestyle. Of course, training is still going to be a focus point, just because, as I said at the start of the video, it's something I just hugely value, and it's just something that is part of my life, a big part of my life. So of course, there's still going to be races, prepping for, and whatnot. But I'm just going to give you a more bigger picture view, is what I'm trying to say. So I hope you enjoyed this style of vlog. If you do, let me know in the comments, or just like the video. That would be great. Other than that, mate, I'll see you in the next one.